Hello. This is the part of the show only people that watch the replay see. So, hello to you people that clicked on this later to watch us after the fact. Um, this is just a little spontaneous solo stream tonight, and the only reason I would ever stream solo is because I have some material that inspired me enough to say, oh, I've just got to share this. And every past attempt I've thought I've had a good Sims idea to share, it's proven to be not that great. Some of my classic past Sim streams are the watch Gators tell a bunch of college students to study for their exams. Watch Gators and Brian be roommates try to pick up chicks, which is less interesting than it sounds. Watch Gators find out how fastly we could get a newly married couple to have a bunch of kids, which turns out, although it feels fast when you're playing it, not that fast when you're trying to create interesting content. It just seems for the most part, live sim streaming is just not fast paced enough to make for a good live stream. But then again, maybe I don't know. I need to watch more people that are live streaming Sims, I guess, because I don't watch Sims live streams because Sims is more fun to play than to watch, to me, anyways. Which might mean that it might be foolish to try to create content. Although I will say that I do enjoy watching some Sims content on YouTube from time to time. Although usually that's content that people take over a course of an interesting couple of hours and edit it down to an interesting 15 minutes, half hour, and I'm just throwing times out there that could be completely wrong. The point is that I somehow, by chance, my pure dumb luck today, close and save my game right at a point before the shit starts hitting the fan. So that is a unique situation to just stumble on, to save your game right before the shit hits the fan. And what does that mean? That means you've got a save game that you could save and back up someplace, and anytime you want to just bring up a quick, whoa, watch that shit hit the fan, you could do that. So while we are let's introduce what the shit fan situation is here. So this here is my game started up from its save point and paused immediately. And as you can see, it is winter. And here is the house that I have built the family in. And this was kind of a really dumb luck that I built and started playing this family. I had a save game I was playing a long time where I actually had a Johnny Gators character and, kind of make some kind of a fantasy alternate life type of thing. Well, and I don't know. Fantasy makes it sound like I wish I was living that, which believe me, I don't. Because, having a house full of kids that you could just save and close the window and go off to a quiet, peaceful night's sleep, that I guess that's the fantasy right there. Anyways, in my other game that I was playing as Johnny Gators, I had built up a family to the point where Johnny Gators was an old man and his oldest daughter moved out on her own, and her wife adopted a child. So I was starting a third generation of grandchildren for the Johnny Gators character, and then Johnny Gators died off camera because one of the key differences between Sims 4 and Sims 2, I don't know about Sims 3. I've not played much Sims 3. One of the key differences in Sims 4 and Sims 2 is that when you're in a neighborhood, the clock moves for all houses in that neighborhood, even though you're only playing one. Whereas in The Sims 2, anytime you leave a house, you leave a piece of property, the clock freezes and the game saves at that point. And both of those methods of gameplay have their consequences. The consequences of having the clock move everywhere in town, whether or not you're playing that house, means that people age and die that you're not observing, you're not playing. And so that meant Johnny Gators died off camera. And that's what led me to learn about ghosts and resurrection. in the world of Sims 4. And I tried to cover that in a past stream, and I thought I would create this household and this family for the purpose of demonstrating some of the silliness that comes with death and resurrection and ghosts in the worlds of The Sims 4. And it did not go as planned at all, but it turned into something completely different. So I created this elderly couple, Chester Gators and Madeline Gators. And I just gave them my last name and rolled the dice until names came up that sounded like old people. So Chester and Madeline are my elderly couple that I moved into this house. And I thought creating a married couple would create two people that already were close and good friends. And I created them to do two things. One, death by snoo-snoo. That is, since they're elderly, if they have sex, they would overexert themselves. And if they had sex again after overexertion, one of them would likely die. And I figured if one person in a married pair died, they would come back as a ghost. And because they were previously married, they'd still have that close connection. And the other married partner would be able to easily and quickly invite them back to the household. And then I could quickly show on stream, hey, look at this old couple. Hey, look at them kill each other with sex. Hey, look at them move into the household and be ghosts. And hey, look at ghost old man is fearing death. Because that to me is like the ultimate ridiculousness, that ghosts will still fear death. Because ghosts act just like alive players, except that they don't show up in people's phones. So anyways, now 5-Hit Doom wants to know if my iCalendar is broken. No, because I don't have an iPhone. But all my coworkers do have iPhones. And if there's one thing I've learned about iPhones, it's that those fucking calendars are a fucking nightmare if they don't work like you expect them to. And they make no sense to me. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So that was the plan. And the plan, of course, backfired on me. Because just because you create a married couple in The Sims doesn't mean that the married couple are friends with each other. Because they're two brand new characters and you just created them. So they've not built up a friendship meter. So it's kind of a little silly. But when you create brand new characters in The Sims, they don't have established relationships. Now, they have established statuses. That is that Chester and Madeline were married to each other. But since they were new creations in this game, they didn't actually have real game time to interact with each other and build up a friendship meter. And a live person can only invite a ghost to join the household if they have the friendship meter built up all the way. So it turned out that I had Chester and Madeline married. I had them have sex a whole lot until Madeline died of overexertion. And so then Chester became a bachelor and became very depressed and sunk himself into playing the guitar and becoming a quality musician. And then Madeline came back as a ghost, but they barely had a friendship. And before I could build up that friendship meter high enough for Chester to be able to invite Ghost Madeline to move into the house with him again so they could reconnect, Chester died of old age. So now I had an empty house with 2 urns in it. And since the house is empty, that kicked me out of the house, game over. But I found a loophole. Even though there were no playable characters in this house anymore because they both died, the house still existed in the neighborhood as an empty lot, and Chester and Madeline's urns were still sitting in the house, which meant that their spirits were still active and able to haunt the house. So I created Laurel Banning, and I based Laurel Banning on the second actress to play Laurel because I created her with red hair instead of as a blonde. And so I created Laurel Banning and had her buy the house, which came with 2 urns and the ghosts of those urns that would haunt the house periodically. And Laurel, being a young adult, had plenty of time to befriend Madeline and befriend Chester and invite them to join the household. And so for a while, I had a household with Laurel Banning being alive and Madeline and Chester being ghosts that she built up friendships with and came into the house. And at that point, I started Madeline pursuing a career in writing because a maxed out writer and author are able to capture people's lives in a book form to the point that you could use them to resurrect people. So now if anyone but Madeline dies in the house, I can resurrect them with one of Madeline's books. But Madeline could not resurrect herself by book. Because, of course not. So that's where other things come into play. But that's okay. So, of course, Laurel made good friends with Madeline quicker than with Chester. And death does not end. The only thing that death really changes in a character is it ends their job, their career, and it ends marital relationships because death did them part. So even though Chester and Madeline are both dead, once Madeline died, their marriage was dissolved. And since they were created as a married couple and didn't have a strong relationship, they didn't have strong feelings towards each other to easily reestablish that. So Laurel and Madeline formed quite the bond in the process of building a friendship, and they became lovers. Even though Madeline was a ghost and Laurel was a living person. And then when Chester came back into the house, Madeline formed a close friendship with Chester and they became lovers. And then she dumped Laurel. And then the two of them were married for a while as ghosts. Anyways, I played around with these relationships and I ended up landing on Laurel and Chester being a married couple and Madeline being just a single woman living with them. So and then I got to the point at some point Laurel was dead. She died of laughter at some point, and I brought her back to life using a book of life. I was able to get Madeline really good at fishing and really good at so she caught some angelfish. I worked up Chester's gardening skills and got him to grow death flowers, and through playing the game I built up their reward points here to be able to buy a potion of youth, and those are the ingredients that you need to cook ambrosia, which is a dish that will bring a ghost back to life. And so and I use a book of life to bring Laurel back to life after she died of laughter. So at this point we have a household of 3 living people, and Laurel and Chester continued to get close, and they got married, and they started a family, and they have 3 kids now. So we got Timmy here, who is a grade school child, and we have little toddler Craig and little toddler Ulysses. And they're all sitting down here to Christmas dinner. You see the presents are under the tree. The Christmas tree is lit. There's a fire in the fireplace. Christmas music is playing on the radio. It's a white Christmas. Snow is coming down. And hey, would you look at that? Out over here is Father Christmas getting ready to visit the house to deliver the presents. Now, I was playing this game at this point, and it's been a tough game juggling 2 toddlers. Actually, today, not only is today Christmas, but today is Craig's birthday, and Craig is going to age up from a toddler to a grade school student. If we look here on the second floor, we have the toddler's bedroom with 2 beds in there. And we got over here, Timmy got his own bedroom when he aged up to grade school. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when Craig ages up. I don't know if I'm going to move him in here, or if I'm going to add on more to build another room on the house. So that's the point that we're at. Let's see if there's any questions in the chat. Dune says, "You're forcing me to do the voice. I'm going to Taco Bell. You still be around?" Oh, Dune, I hope you didn't already leave. You're about to miss the best part. You might have to hit the record button or the playback button later. I don't know how long the stream is going to go. Because really, I just have this moment to show, which since it's a save state, I could show it multiple times and try to play it multiple ways. But I don't know how long that's going to be fun as a solo stream. Because, as you know, solo streams are rare for me. But anyways, I was playing this, and it was getting to be a challenge because both the toddlers keep on getting hungry and both the toddlers keep on getting tired. And I'm trying to get them through Christmas Day and to be awake for when Father Christmas shows up because, as you see, they both love the tradition of asking Father Winter for a gift. And I put them down for a nap. Their energy is kind of here, but it's going down fast. But then they're hungry again, even though they had a huge breakfast this morning. And there's tons of fruitcake that I keep feeding them too, because fruitcake never goes bad. So if you cook a bunch of fruitcakes and leave them around the house, there's always food. And you could always type in a cheat code to make Sims like fruitcake, because most Sims don't like fruitcake, but some Sims do. And you just got to cheat them to like it so they stop bitching at you about all the fruitcake you feed them. And we even got a birthday cake here on the table for Craig since it's his birthday, but the game's glitching out and not letting me have him blow out the candles even though it is his birthday. So that's right. It's little Craig's birthday here, and it's Christmas. It's the first Christmas they're celebrating because I think they weren't even around. Yeah, so it's their first Christmas. It's his birthday. That's his father there, the old man, and Father Christmas is outside ready to come in, and this was glitching because I was trying to get Chester to do things and it was glitching. So I saved the game. I closed out. I reopened it to get rid of the glitches. And just as I start resuming where I was, they're sitting down to Christmas dinner. They're all happy. And Chester dies. And Madeline dies. Drops down dead on the floor. And there's Santa. Who is shocked at this. And there's the Grim Reaper. Now we can bribe the Grim Reaper with a death flower to go away for a day. So here we go. Laurel has a death flower. Meanwhile, everyone is just miserable. All right, so we spared Chester. Now, meanwhile, I want these kids to, like, finish their Christmas things. So I keep trying to get them to stop mourning and ask Santa for a gift, but Santa's too busy crying to give them their gifts. But see, he's happy, jolly, laughing, and then crying. This is just a mess. And let's see. Death still needs to resurrect Chester before he goes on to Madeline here. This is just really chaos, is what this is. This one's going slower than most times. Like sometimes they get stuck because people are in their way. Like, and Craig shit his pants, unfortunately. Oh my god, Craig is asking the Grim Reaper to give him a bath. That's what's keeping the Grim Reaper from finishing the task here. Okay. Because we bribed Death with a death flower, he brought Chester back to life. But meanwhile, Madeline's still here. So, come on, kids. Ask for a present. I keep telling them to ask for a present, but Santa's just too busy crying. So now we need to... And look at it. Wants us to celebrate Craig's birthday. All right, here we go. Let's get Laurel to stop eating turkey long enough to bribe Death with another flower here. Okay, there we go. There we go. So we managed to save them. Of course, this is the second time I've done this, and Death's just going to come back tomorrow and try to kill them again. But let's see if we can get our presents. Now, the toddlers are getting tired at this point, so now they keep trying to give up on asking Santa for a present and go to bed instead. And Santa's not going to hang around forever. And Timmy won't ask for a gift until he's introduced himself. And, yeah, see... Craig gave up on all this and went upstairs, which means now he has to crawl back downstairs to ask Santa for a present, and toddlers crawl downstairs very slowly. See, I can't get any... And Ulysses gave up and started eating a plate of turkey. And now Santa is sitting down. So, this is the challenge. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to navigate through this without them dying. And to get my gifts from Santa so I can accomplish a successful holiday. So let's see. Oh, one of them reached level 3 communication. That's great. Okay, so here comes Craig down the stairs. And there's Ulysses. And there's Santa sitting at the table. Come on. What the hell? Ask him for a present. And Death has decided to hang out a bit with us a bit. So this is the most fucked up Christmas ever, basically. I still can't get them to ask Santa for a gift. See, now he's talking to a stranger, not even having the option to ask for a gift. And now Chester is picking him up. Come on, ask for the present! And now Chester can't figure out how to use the can on his own. I guess being dead made him a little... Okay. Come on, ask Santa for a gift. God damn. All right. Looks like Ulysses might do this. All right. So Laurel and Madeline and some people keep talking to Santa, distracting him from actually paying attention to the kids. All right, there we go. Now let's see if we can get... Oh, and Timmy gave up on this, went to sleep, and now Santa's like, it's getting too late, and now Santa is left without giving anyone presents. Now, he did leave presents on the pile here before everyone started dying, but that doesn't count for this tradition here. So now I can't finish Christmas with that tradition. And so that's kind of what's happened. So I'm going to go ahead and close this without saving, because that didn't go well. And now we'll go to the chat here and see what's going on. And ModPro is here. So ModPro, I don't know how much of that you saw, and I don't know if you have any suggestions how we could better play that hand. But basically, I have the Sims right at a point that I happen to save and exit right before the two elderly members of the household drop dead in the middle of Christmas dinner. And now Dune is at Taco Bell. So he's listening from Taco Bell. Oh, man, so I got him doing the voice at Taco Bell? Okay. That's great. So we're going to relaunch Sims 4 since we exit without saving. We're going to try this again. I think we got to give up on finishing Christmas with I mean, I accomplished all the other goals for Christmas, which was to open now for the toddlers, they only love two traditions, which is open presents and ask Father Winter for presents. And I can't get them to ask Father Winter for presents because when Father Winter visits, he's so busy alternating between doing his jolly laugh and a mournful cry at the dead corpses he walked in on. So that's just... All right, take two. Let's watch this again. So once again, we resume our save state where we rejoin our family, our messed up family, in the middle of Christmas dinner. A beautiful turkey dinner on the table, a roaring fire in the fireplace, Christmas music on the radio, just like Dune loves. And they're all getting ready to sit down. And Madeline is actually drinking a cup of coffee. Uh-oh. And Madeline and Chester wave goodbye to the world just as Santa walks in. Let's see if we can get this kid to ask Santa for a present before anyone notices all this. Nope, we couldn't. Okay, alright. Laurel totally would bribe Death with a flower, but she's got to put down her turkey dinner gracefully first. Okay, here we go. All right, so Laurel's negotiating that. Santa's alternating between his laughs. Yeah, that's nice. Come on, we're going to bring him back to life. No need to cry about this. Just ask Santa for your presents. Okay. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Come on. Ask Santa for a present. He's laughing now. Well, no, they're still crying about Chester being dead. I mean, he is their dad after all. Come on, Santa. Life must go on. The world needs you to be jolly at this time. Kids want to ask you for presents. Come on, Santa. Chop, chop. Kids want their presents. It's weird how he keeps doing that jolly chuckle followed by the crying. It's just a weird programming thing that they make him keep doing that on a loop, but then he also reacts to sad things at the same time. It's a very bizarre situation. But once again, we managed to resurrect everyone, and Santa's still here. And if I could just get the kids to ask him for a present and get him to stop distracting our guest. Okay, why is Santa still... Come on, give these kids some presents! You came here! Alright. Maybe if we give Santa a present. I've just asked Timmy to give Santa a fruitcake. So, maybe that'll jumpstart the whole gift-giving tradition here. God damn it, Chester. Why are you putting the kid in the high chair? Can't ask Santa for a present from there. The hell? Meanwhile, Death is still hanging out here. Maybe Death will give us a present. At this point, the toddlers are so hungry they don't care that Santa is right in front of them with a sack of presents. And Timmy just gave up on this and went to bed because he's pissed off at the fruitcake being a fruitcake. Let's see. Can we ask for a gift? Let's see. Timmy doesn't even have an option to ask for a gift. Yet he loves this tradition. So that's where I'm kind of stuck. Basically, this save state is such a clusterfuck that it's just total chaos when this unfolds, and I can't finish Christmas normally. Now, Dune says, okay, I'm home. Eat, and I'll check back. Okay, all right. Well, since this is a save state, I could close and replay this again. So we might have to do that. Meanwhile, I believe that things have gotten so chaotic that even the potty-trained toddler has shit his pants and has a stinky diaper. But no, Timmy just gave up and went to sleep. He's like, fuck this Christmas. I'm going to sleep. My dad just died and came back from the dead. Time for bed. That totally legit. Only in The Sims. Now, the worst glitch is that even though it is Christmas and it's Craig's birthday at the same time, and I made a birthday cake for Craig, but I can't get Laurel to bring Craig over to blow out the candles. So it's not celebrating Craig's birthday properly. And it looks like Santa left at this point. So we did not succeed in getting any presents out of Santa, because no one has checked off this tradition. And I didn't even try to get the adults to ask Santa for a gift, even though Chester also loves this tradition. So no one... Everyone got to talk to Santa, but no one got a damn gift out of him. And the presents he left on the pile here don't count. But we could try to get them to all open the presents and see if that does check anything off. Of course, Laurel's a little noticing the stench of some toddler diapers that got soiled in the process of all this insanity. And Chester's going to stop and check his phone before opening up any gifts here. And the toddlers are still very angry because they are just exhausted and hungry. Well, Ulysses is hungry. And Ulysses is also ready to dump another load in his diaper. One thing I've learned about this game, it's a good idea to put at least one bedroom on the first floor and keep any toddlers in that room. Because that way, that's less times that they need to navigate the staircase. I did not do that in this game, but if I were to do this... I wasn't planning on having kids in this file either, though. I mean, as you can see, Chester... Now, mind you, these people have died and been brought back to life multiple times. 3 people live in this house. We got 4 gravestones from their past deaths back here. Chester has died twice. Madeline died once. Laurel died once. So anyways, there we go. They all opened up a second round of gifts after Father Christmas visited. Yet, that still doesn't count as getting a present directly from Father Winter. But, and I still can't get Laurel to bring Craig to the cake. Oh, here we go. Let's get Craig to ask for help with the candles. Uh-oh, Craig's going to pass out. Poor Craig passed out before he could blow out the candles on his cake. Well, at least now I figured out a way that we could get Craig to blow out the candles on his cake. We just got to get him to ask before he passes out. He's also a filthy mess. We have not managed this very well. We now have a passed out kid on the floor. So let's close that out without saving. This is just a fun scenario to keep playing. I mean, we'll show you how you could do this. If I come over, oh, did I share the screen that time? I think I forgot to share the screen that time. My apologies if you all just watch me on a chair describing that. Maybe we'll edit that out in post. But 3 of you all still have this up, so I guess it... as I realize now, as I went to share another window, I didn't reshare after closing and reopening that. So, sorry. Rookie mistake. No excuse for that at this point in my streaming hobby. But if I come up here to this folder, you'll see I'm in my user folder, and that's my profile folder and documents. And so, yeah, you go to C Drive, users, you'll go to your username folder. Of course, Windows 10 might try to put that in a OneDrive folder. But I don't set mine up that way because fuck you, Microsoft. But wherever your profile folder is, you're going to go into the Documents folder, or you could always just go to Documents over here. unless you have your documents routed to another place, which you might. But if you do, then you know what I'm talking about anyways, and you'll know how to navigate around that. And then you go, well, even if you do have it routed a different place, it probably would save it to that place, unless you route it to that place afterwards. Anyways, EA Games. No, EA Games is old. Electronic Arts is the folder that is created to put your Sims data. And as you can see, I have copied this folder and labeled it a few times. So I have a few backups from last month when I wanted to kind of freeze things in place just in case whatever I tried next didn't go well. And I never actually did restore these. But over here, I made a copy of this and called it Christmas Death. So anytime I want to, I can come back and play this by just renaming that Sims 4 and renaming that something else. So that's how you do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's try this again, because Dune said he was going to check back, and I think I only did this once successfully. The last time did not. So we're going to try this a third time. We're going to try to see how well... I don't know what that is. Oh. We're going to try again. And there we go. This time I actually remembered to share the window. So this is take 3, trying to navigate the worst Christmas ever. And I don't know other ways we could try to have fun with this. I mean, I guess we could just try to let the death stand and watch the family deal and mourn, but I'd rather not on Christmas. Okay. So we're going to resume once again. Take 3. Here they are sitting down to a nice Christmas dinner. Let's see, are the toddlers going to eat? Because the toddlers really need to eat, because their hunger meter keeps going down. I don't understand. Okay, and there, Madeline and Chester both wave goodbye to the world as they drop dead in the middle of Christmas dinner. And in walks... Where's Santa? Oh, Santa's going to come in the back door this time. That's weird. And now everyone's going to notice... Hey, why did it get so quiet? Maybe if we could get Timmy to introduce himself to Father Christmas, we could get to a point where he could ask for a present at some point. All right, so where's Death? Oh, here's Death. Here's Death. All right, Laurel, you need to bribe Death. Okay. Well, that kid's not hungry. This kid's still hungry. So why don't you grab a plate of dinner? And why don't you ask Santa for a present? All right, he's going to go over there to eat his turkey dinner. All right, Death's still bringing Madeline back to life, and now Santa's here busy crying over Chester over here. Too busy to pay any attention to the kids that just want their presents. Come on, their dad just died. They need this. Oh, there we go. I think they're asking... Okay, and there. Madeline's been brought back to life. And now we're going to get Madeline to... Alright, Madeline, you're up. You bribe death with a flower. But don't forget your coffee. Alright, has anyone gotten a present out of this man yet? Santa, being real stingy with the presents. You have 2 people die in your house, and suddenly Santa doesn't care about delivering the presents. And Craig's decided, screw this, I'm going to bed. Now he's got to crawl all the way down those stairs again to get to Santa. This is annoying that they keep, like I said, put the bedroom on the first floor. Damn it, Timmy, why'd you go to bed? You didn't even know if your dad was gonna live yet. Alright, that's it. Screw it. Laurel, fight him for a present. Come on, Laurel. You can do it. Come on, Laurel. Come on. What are you all standing around for? Everyone's alive now. Come on, chop chop. It's Christmas. Presents, people. Presents. Oh, I guess we're waiting for Craig to come back down and ask for his present. Okay, alright. We'll hand it to him now. He asked for his present. What do you mean witness death? There is no death. We brought him back to life. Everyone's alive. What are you crying for? Why is Craig crying? There's no death to witness anymore. There's no mourning. Oh my god, this is the worst game ever. Alright. Well, could we at least get Craig to blow out the damn candles on his cake? Come on. He's watched his dad die. He's confused about that. Santa's ignoring all his pleas for a present. He's got a diaper full of shit. Could we at least get him some damn cake? All right. We actually got some candles blown out this time. He's still very dirty, very out of energy, very much not paying no attention paid to him, and not having much fun. Now he's going to age up. Now, when he ages up to an age that doesn't have diapers. So, does that make the shit disappear? Let's see if we can get our youngest toddler here to ask for a gift, though. Oh, he went to sleep! Damn it! Will you stop going up those stairs? It takes forever! Santa's gonna leave before you get back downstairs, probably. Damn it, Timmy. How many times have I told you to introduce yourself to Santa so you can ask him for a present? God damn. You know, this is one of the things that's the most frustrating with The Sims, is that you input a command, it deletes it from you without explanation or reason, and then it's like, you come back and it's like, I asked you to do something. I didn't ask that for my health. Alright. Bye-bye, death. Okay, so Craig aged up. So, I don't even care because I'm not going to save this one. Because I really want to try to get some presents out of him. I really feel like that should be possible. Meanwhile, Timmy's not even showing the option to ask for a gift, even though he loves that tradition. Share Winterfest excitement. Come on, ask for a gift. Why is there no ask for a gift option? All right, give him some fruitcake. Maybe then it'll, let's see, share Winterfest excitement. Maybe his mood needs to be better. Now, has Ulysses come back downstairs yet? No, he's still sleeping. And now Laurel can't figure out how to walk again. Every now and then they're in a room and they forget where the door is. And so they act like they're walled into a room without a door. And Ulysses here won't even wake up long enough to walk down the stairs. He's just going back to sleep. So, there we go. So, yeah. Oh, Mars is here. Santa is scary. I kind of want to watch Christmas Vacation now. All right. Well, now that Mars is here, I don't know if you caught that all from the beginning. But here we go. Take 4. Worst Christmas ever. And once again, at this point, it probably doesn't matter all that much if we get Santa to give the toddlers presents or get the toddlers to ask Santa for presents and get them. I mean, it's just a check mark, and it's just at the end of it, it said that, you know, their Christmas was great. At this point, if they don't do it when Christmas ends, it's going to be like Christmas was okay, but I didn't get to do everything I wanted, which is not a big deal. I'm just frustrated that the game's not doing the one thing I keep asking it to do. And so that's why that's what I'm curious if I can somehow get the game to do the one thing that I keep trying to do that it keeps failing to do. So here we go. Here's take 4 on this stream anyways. I've done this a few times. At some point, I'm going to give up on this scenario and just play on. But I've always got my save state to... Because, I mean, this is just hilarious. You got to see this again. It is... It is just amazing how hilariously bad this is and how the timing happened and how it happened to save right before it. I mean, that's just, you can't, I couldn't have done that if I tried. And this time I'll remember to share the screen. Here we are. And we exit it without saving. So once again, we're going to come back to where I last saved, which is right in the middle of Christmas dinner on Christmas evening, right before Father Winter visits. Because that's what The Sims calls it. It calls it Winterfest and Father Winter. But it's Christmas and it's Santa. We all know it. So they're sitting down to the turkey dinner. They're all having a good time. They're all happy. Birthday cake for Craig on the table as well. And Madeline dies. And Chester dies. And in walks Santa, just in time for these two people to drop dead in front of him. And Santa runs over and sees, oh my God. And now everyone's, Santa does his chuckle and then mourns. And now everyone's sad. All right. We bribed Death with a flower, and he brought Chester back to life. But I still can't get these kids to ask Santa for a present. It's like, come on, kids. Your dad's been brought back from the dead. That deserves some kind of celebration. All right, now we're going to bribe Death again. Oh, and Chester's feeling very flirty after his brush with Death and coming back from the dead. And once again, Santa keeps doing his alternating jolly laugh, followed by mournful crying. And now the toddlers have gotten tired again and are starting to fight their way to the stairs, despite my constant inputting for them to ask the old man for a damn present. This is the one thing you wanted to do today. Here's your chance to do it. Ask the old man for a present. Come on, kids. Work with me here. Damn, can I just get some presents for these toddlers? I don't know what keeps blocking. I think it's because they won't wait for him to finish chatting with someone. Oh, there we go. There we go. Laurel's had it up to here, and Laurel is going to fight him for a present. Let's see if she gets her present. Oh, man. Clement and Laurel now despise each other. Laurel's had it. She's going in for another fight. This is the only way to get presents out of this guy. I think this is the best way I've played this scenario yet. She's seen her husband and her closest friend die and brought back to life. She's had it. She wants her damn Christmas presents, and she'll fight for them if she has to. All right, Craig's going to want some help pulling out the candles, though. Oh, there we go. Ulysses asking for a present. Okay, so Ulysses asked for the present. but Santa didn't hand him one. And now Santa's leaving. Okay, well, at least Craig didn't pass out on the floor this time. Craig is a child now, and I don't have a bed for him to sleep in. So, yeah. So that is that. So, Dune asking, do they just speak gibberish? Yeah, that's called Simlish. Basically, they invented a nonsensical language for Sims to speak that kind of sounds like language, but it's no language, which means that they can ship the same version to, any region. Although there is text, so you got to regionalize the text and the menus and that stuff. But as far as the gameplay goes, they all speak Simlish. Dune says Santa's kind of a dick. Well, actually, I mean, I get what's going on here. I mean, Santa is programmed to be a person, but he's also programmed to have special things. So he's programmed to react. So Santa will react to a person dying the same way as any other person would, because they built Santa off of the human property. It's kind of like that old story about how the military ordered this computer simulation for flying helicopters, and they programmed the kangaroos in to the terrain there, and they wanted to have the kangaroos in the terrain so that you didn't want the kangaroos to react and give away your position or something like that. And so they basically took the code for another soldier on the field or whatever and reskinned it to be a kangaroo, changed the properties, blah, blah, blah. And so they're testing the simulation. And so it's like, oh, there's a group of kangaroos over there. And the helicopter swoops down, the kangaroos run off, and they're like, hey, look at that. All of a sudden, a few kangaroo heads pop up behind a bush, pull out their weapons, and shoot the helicopter down. Because, oops, we forgot to take that part of the code out. Now, that's urban legend. I think the truth was something more along the lines of, yes, that kind of happened. Yes, there was some kind of military helicopter simulation. One of the programmers was just having a little bit of fun throwing in kangaroos by taking humans and reskinning them as kangaroos. But it was a demo, and at that point, the ammo was beach balls. So basically, a bunch of kangaroos popped up and threw beach balls at the helicopter. So the point is, Santa is programmed to show up and act jolly, but he's also programmed on top of a normal human code for Sims. So he's presented with death. He reacts like a human reacts to death, to stand and mourn and cry. But then in between that, he's also programmed to periodically be jolly and chuckle and laugh like Santa. So it's a very odd and unique situation when you happen to have a death occur right at the same time as Santa visits your house to give out presents. And yes, one of the goals of completing a successful holiday is to have the people in the house ask Santa for a present and get it. But things have become so chaotic in this scenario that it's become nearly impossible to get the code to allow for someone to actually ask and have that question asked and have the transaction completed. Basically, this scenario is overwhelmed, which that's part of The Sims. Sometimes life happens in The Sims in such a way that things get overwhelmed and crazy and out of control. Dune writes in, so now what? Is that over now due to that? No. I mean, basically, I could just play through to the next day, and they didn't get their present from Santa, and you know that, and life goes on. What happens now, though, is that because I basically bribed the Grim Reaper with a death flower to not take their souls and to revive them, that trick only works for 24 hours. So if I continue playing the day after Christmas, they will have had an okay holiday. They wouldn't have had an excellent, great holiday, but they would have had an okay holiday. Craig is now aged up to a child. Chester and Madeline are still alive, but Death's going to come back tomorrow to collect them, and they're going to keep dying every day that I give them a flower, unless I I could buy a potion of youth and have them drink the potion of youth, which would set them back to the beginning of elderly life, which means that they'll be able to live for however long an elderly person normally lives in The Sims and then repeat. Or I could let them die and have them come back as a ghost and invite them to join the house as a ghost. Basically, I'm replaying this just because it's such a fun, chaotic moment to play multiple times. But in reality, anything in The Sims, you can just keep playing past. Mars asks, could you beat up death? Yes, you can, and I have done that many times. And in fact, let's go ahead. Even though this one turned out kind of okay, although no one got their gifts, I'm going to close and not save. And I'm going to reopen at the start of this. And this time, I'm going to let Death collect their souls, but I'm also going to have the family members get in fights with Death. Because I think it's kind of fitting to... it would be kind of a dick move to bribe Death, have Death take the bribe and resurrect them, and then get in a fight with Death. I mean, Death has, done us a favor, and now we're going to fight. We totally could. But I think this time I'm going to play it out without bribing Death, let him take their souls, and then I'm going to have Laurel get in a fight with Death and beat him up. Because, and Santa will stand here and watch. See, this is a scenario that is fun for streaming purposes to play multiple times. That's what it is. I finally found something that's kind of fun to stream with The Sims. I might even have to do this scenario again on Monday with Brian, just to share it with him. So here we go. I'm making sure I remember to share my screen this time. And we're going to come back here and resume. And we're back where we started, in the middle of Christmas dinner. Happy turkey dinner. No one aware that people are about to die and Santa's about to step through the front door. So here they are sitting down, laughing, happy. Turkey dinner on the table. Uh-oh, Madeline's feeling something coming on. So does Chester. And down they go. And this time, Santa got intercepted by Death, and Santa's still out in the front yard. Here's a Grim Reaper. Checking his tablet. Making sure he's got the right people. Checking his schedule here. Now, you can't really interact with Death beyond trying to plead with him or bribe him until after he collects the souls. So we got to wait for him to collect his souls here. And then after Death collects the souls, he hangs out in your house. And you can make a conversation with him, or you could get mean with him. Because Sims can be nice, Sims can be mean. It's your choice how you interact. Grim Reaper, much like Santa, he's built on top of human character that they just added other principles to. So you can still treat him in very many ways like a normal character. Santa came in through the back door and is crying. Grim Reaper has collected Chester's soul. Chester is now an urn. So there he is. So that makes Chester's third death complete. And now we come to Madeline here. Check my tablet, make sure I got the right place, the right person, the right time. And everyone's very sad about this. Santa's still doing his alternating between crying and hoeing. Santa's now having some problems staying out of Death's robes. Death taking his sweet time claiming Madeline's soul here. Must we drag this out, Death? Okay, now we can try to get in a fight with Death. All right. Let's see. Death is not letting me click on him right now. Usually afterwards you can click on Death, but maybe there's a limited time for that. Maybe because of how long he took. All right, now the toddlers are going to ask for their presents. There we go. So I'm going to have Laurel come over and do a rude introduction to Death now that he's moving around the house and checking out the bookshelf. And let's see what else we could do. We can invite him to a fake party. Lie about career. Jeer. Slap him silly. Alright, we'll yell at him. We'll give him a mean gift. There we go. She's slapping his face. Now we're yelling at him. We'll mock his outfit. And eventually we keep being mean to him. The option to fight him will come up. But we have to build up that hate enough before it will let us do that. So we've implied his mother's a llama. Oh, he left before we could get him angry enough to get in a fight with him. Well, and now we're left with Laurel and her 3 sons and 2 urns. This is the worst ending yet. Hey, but Santa's still here. We can fight him for a present. Oh, she went up the stairs. Now she's got to come down the stairs. Okay, Laurel has lost her husband, lost her best friend, is a widow with 3 sons, 2 of whom have diapers full of shit. And Santa has not given anyone a single present, so she has had it. And yay, she got her present. But none of the kids did. All right. Well, I'm not saving that one. Let's exit out of there. Dune writes in, who was daddy? Chester, the old man, was the daddy. Mars writes in, can she get it on with Santa? That'll make her happy. I don't know. I don't know if Santa is dateable. I haven't tried that. Mars writes in, dang, beat down Death. Yeah, this time the problem is that it takes too long for him to claim 2 souls, and he doesn't stick around long. And if I keep playing it, I could probably get to a point of someone fighting Death. Like I said, this is a scenario we might have to revisit some more on Monday, because I have backed up my folder so that I can resume from this point anytime I want to. Tonight at some point, I'm going to play it through, and I'm just going to play through the evening the best I can. Now, Dune wants to know what tunes I'm playing on the 5-hit tomorrow night. That is a question. A new Stereolab collection just came out today, actually. I have the digital download. The vinyl is in Greensboro, North Carolina distribution center with the United States Postal Service right now. For some reason, the download version doesn't include all tracks that the vinyl and CD versions do for licensing reasons. But anyways, so we might have to play some tracks off of that. I don't know. We'll have to see what is around here. You know what? I think I have an 8-track that's on order that is supposed to get delivered tomorrow. We might have to check that out. We might have to check out. I got a pile of 45 sitting on top of a speaker that I've not cataloged into my my phone app yet. So we could probably thumb through those some. And heck, let's not forget, I got the double vinyl version of all the versions of the Resident Santa Dog compiled into one 2 LP set. So we might have to take a look at that too. Now, Mars points out that they have a nice bathroom. They have a nice bathroom. Oh, what? Oh, I've been there before. No, that's just basically I have anytime a package is shipped to me and I get tracking information, I open up a tab in my browser with the tracking information. So I am just, every time I open up my browser, I go to my tab and I go, okay, the Stereolab vinyls in North Carolina. What is this package? Oh, this package is I think that's my Alf DVD set, the German edition that includes the full episodes and not the syndicated versions like the cheapo US DVDs do. And that is the Automatic Man 8-track tape that is sitting in Providence, Rhode Island, that will be delivered tomorrow. So yeah, I have that. Mars writes in, ooh, there might be a Cat Girl I should watch tomorrow night. Cat girls are much better than Satan dogs. Santan dogs. I don't know. We might not pull out the Santa dogs, but certainly there is plenty of interesting vinyl to pull out tomorrow if the scheduling works out. And I don't have any film to develop, and so that might be doable. All right. Well, anyways, I don't know. Up to you. Does anyone have any suggestions for another playthrough of this scenario, or do you think that we've done all we can do with this for tonight? Because if anyone wants me to try something different in this little, I mean, you understand why I had to save this and share this. This is just so ridiculous. And I save the game, I open it up, 2 people die, in walk Santa and the Grim Reaper at the same time. Chaos ensues. I mean, it's just, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it one more time. One more time. While I load it up, write in your requests what you'd like to see happen this time. Or I'll just play it through however. I don't know. Do we want to save them? Do we want to... You know what? Let's instead of if you offer Death a flower, he'll bring them back to life, but it's only for a day. I think if you plead, it's not guaranteed he'll bring them back, but I think he brings them back for longer than a day if you plead. But I don't know. It might be they might still be the same age, so they might just still die the next day. Maybe pleading just puts them back to the same state they are, so they're still going to die soon. You know what? I don't know what the code is behind this. Oh, I got to share the screen, don't I? Yes, we got to share the screen. There we go. Dune writes in, why do they die? Well, ever since The Sims 2, Sims age because we're simulating real life in a sense. Now, Sims 1, adults just stayed adults and children stayed children. But starting from The Sims 2, you give birth to babies that can age through different life cycles. And so, being that that's the way life works, when you have a Sim that's an elder and they get to a certain point, they die of old age. Now, Sims can also die different ways. Sims can drown in the pool. Sims can die in a fire if they light their house on fire and panic in the smoke. Oh, Oh, I said I was going to plead. Oh, I don't have an option to plead. Why don't I have an option to plead? All right, we'll give him the flower. So, you know, in those cases, I think if you give Death a flower, it just sets them back on their same life thing. I think the reason why giving a death flower to spare an elderly only works for a day is because there's still an elderly person that's coded to die of old age. All right, tell you what we're going to do. While this is going on, let's see if we can get let's see if we can get Craig here to ask for... Oh, it has to tell us that it's time for his birthday before it lets us do that. All right, Madeline's alive. Madeline's got death flowers, so... Let's see if we can get Timmy to introduce himself. Let's see if we get Madeline to bribe Death. All right, we're going to get Madeline to plead for Chester. And we're going to see if the pleading works. Oh, it looks like Death said no to the pleading. No. Oh, wait. Oh, and because that didn't work, nope, Chester's gone. Whoops. All right, we're not going to save this one. Actually, I don't know. At some point, I want to revert them back to ghosts. The big thing is that I'm not ready for Madeline to be a ghost yet, because once someone's a ghost, they lose their career state. And I've got Madeline to the point that she's at the next to the top point of her career path as an author. So I just need to get Madeline one more promotion, and then she can die on top. Whereas Chester hasn't had a job since since he last died. So there's nothing for Chester to lose by becoming a ghost, except that everyone's got to grieve him for a while, and they're going to be moping around all sad about that. All right, so let's get some help with the candles here. And let's see if we can get some presents out of Santa. So this might not be a bad way to end this, with Chester as a ghost. And that also dissolves Chester and Laurel's marriage. Now, they're still going to be romantic towards each other if Chester comes back as a ghost, but maybe this is an opportunity for Chester to reunite with Madeline. I don't know. Although I think Madeline kind of likes Santa. Santa keeps calling her, asking for dating advice. All right. Well, anyways. Okay. So instead of asking for help blowing out the candles and aging, you decided to wander up the stairs and off to bed. Thank you, Craig, for that. All right. So that one didn't go too well. Yeah. It's a chaotic thing. How am I going to want to let it play through? I'm not sure. Now, let's see what happened. Let's see what I read. I guess I should have read the chat. Looks like a lot happened in the chat this time. Change to poopy kids and then ask for presents. Dune, Santa isn't a dick. I'm sitting on his lap. Ew, dang. Bobby writes in, what, Dune? Don't act like your mama didn't let you sit on his lap when you were youngin'. Odd Pro, I hope you plan on liceling his lap first. You don't know where that lap has been. He's 5 years old. Didn't have COVID back then. I think we've all sat on Santa's lap. Yep. Dune writes in, Chester is a pro bum. Well, Chester has been maintaining a greenhouse in the back, and he's the one that's been growing all these death flowers that we're using to bribe the Grim Reaper in. He did have a career in gardening. Oddly enough, a gardening career is a career that you can do from home in The Sims. That makes no sense to me. Madeline is a writer. She can't work from home. Chester was a gardener. He could work from home. I don't know how he was maintaining people's gardens from home, but it was that's a weird that one makes no sense to me. But I just never bothered to get Chester another job after he died. And then I started having the kids, so having a stay-at-home parent was kind of helpful. Plus, Madeline's become a very successful best-selling author, so we keep getting money rolling in from the book royalties. That's actually a pretty good, solid way to play The Sims. I would recommend always having a member of your household pursue an author career because, one, you get their writing aspirations and skills maxed out. They can write a book of life that can be used to revive people. In fact, it doesn't matter that Chester's dead because I have a book of life for Chester that we could use to resurrect him. Madeline's the only one I can't resurrect by book because a author cannot write their own book of life to resurrect themselves. But not only is it good to have an author in your Sims household to write books of lives to resurrect people if you want to, but you keep writing books and they get better and you send them in to be published. Royalties keep rolling in, and as you become a better author, more royalties roll in, and it gets to a point where it's like they don't need to work. They just got money that just keeps rolling in every day. The only reason I kept sending her to work was because I was trying to move up the career level, and I just got so high. It's like, let's see if we can get her to the top of her career. Let's see. Dune ignored the Christmas comment. Can you move the urn? Yes, you can move urns. You can position them wherever you want to in the house. And if you position an urn out to the yard, it automatically turns into a gravestone. So I have a little graveyard in the backyard from all the past times that they died. Because when you resurrect someone, it doesn't make the urn or gravestone disappear. So that's a little weird thing I got going on. ModPro's going to unfollow Dune. ModPro hating on Christmas Dune. Sir Mar says, dang, Santa be getting all the girls' digits. Santa didn't get my digits. Dune writes in phase 3. Okay. You know what? Since we're not at the top of an hour or half hour, I'm going to play this one more time just to show Dune what we could do with the urns. Just to show all of you, really. And just to see what other fun things we can get this time. And, you know, it's just, let's see if we can get the shitty diapers changed while the chaos is unfolding. So we're going to, we're going to keep Madeline alive. We're going to let Chester die. And we're going to change their poopy diapers this time and see if that improves our situation and our chaos a little bit. So let's share our screen. There we go. Screen is shared. Let's resume our game. Back where we started. Just another Christmas dinner. Everyone's sitting down to Christmas. The toddlers are sitting down to their... Now let's... Uh-oh. And there they are dying. Santa has decided not to come in the front door this time. Sometimes he comes in and sometimes he walks away from the door. I don't get what dictates that. Okay, where are my toddlers? Okay. I don't think they have shitty diapers yet. I think that just happens in the course of things. Okay. Okay, no, he's got the stink lines. So this one's got... Why is the option to change the diaper not showing up? Oh, I delayed. I didn't see Death was standing there. Well, let's deal with the diaper. Come on, Laurel. Check your kid's diaper, man. Man, Laurel doesn't want to do anything. Laurel's just off here standing here looking in the corner, not responding to any of my inputs. And now she's going to sit down in the chair. Dude, go check on your fucking child. Oh, because the children are busy crying, she doesn't want to interrupt their mourning. Dude, why is there no option to change the diaper? Alright, pick up. Oh, there we go. Change diaper. No, don't put him to bed. Change his damn diaper. Change the diaper. Now the changed diaper isn't showing up anymore. Now he's having a little tantrum because he's tired. But it's like, dude, can you change his diaper before we put him to bed? He's leaking green all over the place. There we go. There we go. Okay. Diaper is changed. All right, maybe we should just give up on Christmas and put the kids to bed. Now, Ulysses here. I mean, because they're both kind of in good shape, although Craig needs a bath. But he's not going to stay awake for a bath. The only problem is I really need to play out this scenario. But anyways, to answer Dune's question, yeah, if we go into this mode here, we can pick up and move the urns around and put them on the counter, or let's see. Can we put it on top of the radio? Nope. Can we put it up here on top of the fireplace? No. Well, we can put it on a table. But if we come out here and we move it out here to the outdoors of the ground and we drop it down, it turns into a gravestone. And then if we bring the gravestone back into the house and put it down on the floor, it turns into an urn. So, you can bury and unbury your dead back and forth as many times as you want. And over here is where we have our little graveyard. So here's rest in peace Chester Gators. Here's rest in peace Chester Gators. Here's rest in peace Madeline Gators. Here's rest in peace Laurel Banning. And here's rest in peace Madeline Gators. And then if we go here and grab our Chester urn, and we put that down here, we now have a, whoop. There we go. We can rotate that. There we go. So, yeah, our graveyard keeps growing with all the multiple corpses of the same three people. Of course, usually when someone just dies, I keep their urn in the house because their ghost comes out of their urn. That way, they don't have to walk into the house. I can just see them as soon as they come out to visit and then invite them to join the house. We're not going to save this one because we didn't. I want to spare Madeline and let her finish her career. And then once that happens, we can turn her back to a ghost. And I'm thinking it might be time for Chester to become a ghost again, too. Mod Pro wants to know what Phase 4 is. Mod Pro hot at something. And Dune goes, ooh, denied. And then went, ew, green leak. Yeah, that's bad when the dirty diapers are leaking green. That you don't want to see that. So, anyways, we are at 9:30 now. It sounds like Dune has invited me to the 5-hit tomorrow, and it sounds like no is not an option. So it sounds like there might be a beer run of some sort. I mean, my fridge is stocked with Yingling. I do have some Sam Adams cherry wheat, and I still have one of those Kodachromes left. But, it might be fun to go out and grab another 6-pack of something, or heck, maybe even a custom 6-pack of something. I'm sure Dune has his fridge stocked with a wide variety of Michelob Ultras. Bob Pro writes in, call in sick, Johnny. I don't know. We're overdue for one. We are overdue for one. And like I said, I do have a stack of 45s that have been bought in the past few months and whatever. I got some LPs on the shelf. And heck, I have no plans for tomorrow except to mix up a batch of spackle and see how much I can stick to the walls before it turns to oatmeal. So there we go. And Dune says, I may go to the beer store. Been a while. Well, I don't want to mess up your, we all know momentum is so hard to get once you've switched to the Michelob Ultra and start playing by the rules. And, if you're drinking a Michelob Ultra, that says to be you've tried to do the rules. So let's not kill the momentum. Let's see. My Pro writes in, neither do I. Everyone in my household has the you know what except me. I ain't going anywhere for a while. Aw. It's fully messed. What's fully messed? Your momentum? I just had 5 tacos. The secret to tacos is there's nothing wrong with ground beef. There's nothing wrong with seasoning. There's nothing wrong with cheese. Nothing wrong with vegetables. Salsa might have some sugar in it. I think there's nothing wrong with sour cream. I mean, dairy. Well, then again, dairy. I mean, The point is when I'm sticking to it hardcore, I just make myself a plate of taco meat with the toppings that'll play nice, maybe a little bit of the salsa, and eat it with a fork. And I mean, you still get all that great taco taste. So there you go. That's the secret to tacos when you're doing the Atkins. But Dune has lost his momentum with 5 tacos from Taco Bell. Not to mention, I remember I once went to a Taco Bell and I was trying to do the Atkins, and I was like, well, I'll just get the taco salad. Because it's ground beef, it's vegetables, it's whatever. What could they possibly put in it? And then I pulled up the health the statistics, the information on the taco salad from Taco Bell, and it's got all these carbs in it. And I'm like, what the fuck are they putting in this damn thing? But then again, I don't know if maybe it had a taco bowl that I skipped out on, or I just remember I was like, damn, that was not at all good for my Bob goes, wait, you had Taco Bell? Yeah, Dune, when I start the stream, was at Taco Bell. So, yeah. All right, I guess it's the beer store tomorrow. Okay, well, anyways, on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in to this fun little impromptu Sims 4 adventure. Dune writes in, yes, it's in a shell bowl. I don't think I ate the shell bowl, so maybe I was okay that time. So I guess the carbs didn't count because I didn't eat the place where the carbs were. All right, Dude's going to go shopping. I'm going to go shopping. We're going to have beer tomorrow. And we're going to, I don't know, maybe I might even have to, after I mix up a batch of spackle and throw what sticks on my wall and see how far I get before it turns to oatmeal, I might have to take some pictures of my walls. So we'll have to see what goes on. Dude, Mars goes, no trip for me tonight. Oh, well, chicken for me. Chicken's good. All right, thank you, everyone. Remember tomorrow, 5-hit Dune. You're going to want to check out his channel and see what we got going on. And then also, I will Sunday, the Dune and Johnny show, also on the 5 Hit Dune channel, where we'll be talking more about this Sims. We'll get Dune's take on what he witnessed here tonight, see what he has to say about Santa and the Grim Reaper and Simlish and all that fun stuff. And then on Monday, we get to show Brian what this is and see what Brian has to say about it for about 2 hours. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and you all have a good night.